Welcome into the Piles of Paragraphs creative space. I'm Lori, and today I felt like having a little bit of a play. So I got some new things from scrapbook.com, and so I wanted to play with them. So I've been playing with them this morning. I got a couple of die cuts from Crafter's Companion. I got this Lady Butterfly and the Dainty Dragonfly, which is really not dainty. It's a big dragonfly, but they're really fun. So I drug out my die cut machine this morning. Haven't had that out in ages. It was really kind of fun. So I've die cut a bunch of butterflies, a couple of dragonflies. I've got my wax paper. I finally now remember why I have wax paper in my creative space, is to help me with these rather intricate die cuts. These and some grungy butterflies. Some scraps on that one. Green, some more wax paper, a couple of green dragonflies here, which I'm going to use for a project. So actually, I'm going to want those sort of like that. So there we go. It's a gold butterfly. I started out, let's see, what do I have handy? We'll actually show this. Just doing a die cut on some book page, which turned out surprisingly well. So I'll be using that for something at some point. And it's a little bit different book page, but I really like the way that looks. So anyway, for future projects. Today, I saw a video from Vicky, who lives in Greece, and I cannot pronounce her last name. Delightful lady. And she was doing a little folio with some scrapbook paper. And I thought, oh, wait, these butterflies will work out, I think, quite nicely for the folio. So I got out a piece of black cardstock, lightweight cardstock. Let's see, do I have a, does it tell me how heavy it is? Whoops, I knock everything over. Let's see. This is an Astro Brights cardstock, 65 pound. So not heavy, but much heavier than printer paper. And so I scored it down the center and then scored it 6 3/4, something like that. And then folded it over so that I have some pockets on the inside. And then I went ahead and put one butterfly on, and now I will do, well, providing I can find it. Where did I bury it? There it is. And I will put the other butterfly on. Oops. All right, now I've got them stuck. Got them stuck together. Okay. So put the other butterfly on here. And I just thought the butterfly would be kind of fun with the foiled cardstock. And this is old cardstock that I've had in my stash for a really long time. Comes from Recollections. I think back when Recollections had a store, back before they got absorbed back into Michael's. But it's kind of a orchidy color. Let's see if I can get my glue to work today. It has not really been very cooperative. I will try not to put as much glue on the edges as I did when I did the first one, because of course I got a little bit of glue squishing out. So, and if I could find my tape rollers that have the little dots, that would be, I think, perfect for doing a little bit of this sticking down. I would still reinforce it with our glitter glue, but I think the glue dots would have been wonderful. But of course, I haven't used the glue dots in ages and ages and ages, so I don't know where they are. Or, well, I should say, they weren't to hand. I think I know where they are, but I can't get to them, so I have stacked stuff in front of the drawer that they live in. So anyway, oh, I think I just jumped right in. I didn't even say I hope everyone's doing well and had a chance to do something creative today. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but I just couldn't muster up the interest in working on my French journal yet. I'm still debating about how to do the cover. I think I have an idea, but I'll have to give it a try. So that may be next week or the week after before I get back to that journal. I just thought, oh, I want to play with some of the new things that I bought. So let's see how we do here. Okay. And these are wonderful die cuts, but I will tell you, they are intricate and they take a bit of finagling to get all the little bits out. Because there's lots, even with the wax paper. Although it did work much better with the wax paper than it did without. Oh my goodness, without wax paper, it took me forever to get the bits out of the die. Okay, so now we have this little shiny guy on here. And oops, I left the pin out of the art glitter glue. Let's put that back in here. And I'm going to let that dry for a couple of seconds. So we'll work on the inside. I'm not going to do a lot with the inside. I didn't have quite enough here. I didn't feel like with the black to make a nice solid deep pocket, deepish pocket. So I'm going to glue the outside of this so that it will stay, so stuff will stay in the pockets. And then I might put a piece of washi tape across this foil. I'm only going to glue the outside edge, so that way it has a little bit more give. Whoopsie, I want to knock everything over. It has a little bit more give when you want to put things in the pockets. And, oops, there we go. Nothing like gluing my folio down to my glue paper, huh? So I know I have a ton not a ton. I have several rolls of washi tape that have butterflies on them, but I don't know where I've put them. So, and I don't really like this, excuse me, gray-green with that. I do. My goodness, boy, I glued those on there crooked. I guess I better put a piece of washi tape down there too to hide the crookedness. Oh, nope, I don't like that one either. Well, goodness. These are the ones I picked out that I liked a few minutes ago, but I don't like them so much now. Let's see. Yes, let's do this. The glue stick out and add a bit of glue to the back of this. And I know it's going to be too long, so let's tear it along that side. Did I make this more crooked? I did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have really crooked eyes today. Let's see. It's better as the straight edge and then across. That's better. That's better. Okay. So let's do a piece on the other side. Oops. Uh-oh. My washi tape has torn. Let's see. Oh dear, we may have to do mismatched washi tape because this is not. I've had this washi tape for a while and I think it's not going to cooperate anymore. Oh darn, I really like this one. Let's see. Nope. Well, darn. This one's gonna have to be like this will have to be project washi tape, I guess. Let's see, do I have a, there's my box cutter. Well, I don't know where it is. I've hidden that from myself as well. Well, darn. Sometimes you can just cut through a bad patch of the, well, darn. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have? What else? Where did the box of washi tape go? Over here underneath the pile of books that I put on. Let's see, what do we have in here? I have a much nearer one. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm thinking. Yes, this is much narrower, but it will work. I can double it up. And then it will at least be similar, yet different. Okay. Did I tear this too short? Of course I did. Well, darn. I'll tell ya. Yeah. Let's try again. Goodness, I didn't know I was going to be such the bumbling crafter today. This is what happens when I don't do videos for several days and then I try to get back in the swing of things. I'm a bit off kilter. Okay, so let's line that up. Well, that's close. Probably is about as good as it's going to get. And then if I can get this piece of washi tape off my finger. Okay. Let's do another row. Make sure it's long enough. Okay. Let's see, what interesting stories do I have to tell you? Well, we started our summer dining series last night, and that was interesting. A restaurant that we had not been to before, but had talked about going to for a long time. It's a very nice restaurant. The chef of that restaurant and the chef of another restaurant were teaming up as this part of this summer series. They're calling it the Devoured Summer Series. I think it's to promote restaurants in the Phoenix area during the summer so that they do better, because it's very hot here and a lot of people leave town, and so the restaurants struggle a bit in the summer to stay afloat. So that's what the plan of this dinner series is to encourage people to partake in these restaurants, and they sold a series of tickets. So there's 5 dinners, one a month over the next 5 months. And so last night was the first one. Wish that were wider. No. Well, now I just can't decide on anything. Although I think before I do that, let's go back over here. And I think I want to distress this little butterfly a little bit. So just a little piece of pretty fine sandpaper. I just want to kind of take down a little bit of the super shiny foiliness of this. Not a ton. I was kind of hoping it would sand back to the craft, because the back of it is craft, but apparently there's a layer of white in between the foil and the craft backing, so it doesn't really go back to craft. A dry baby wipe and try to get most of that off. Oops. So not a ton of difference, a little bit though. Let's kind of do this one side a bit more. So the guest chef was a chef from a Japanese restaurant in Phoenix, and one of the dishes that she did was a kind of her take on borscht, which is a beet soup. And there's a local restaurant that makes a Ukrainian style borscht, hot borscht, which is just absolutely delicious. One of my most favorite soups to eat when we go out. Really, really enjoyable. Yeah, I think I like that a bit better. Okay. I also have a tab I think I want to add. Where do I want to put it? Put it there. I think I will. I think before I do, I will really distress this up. And the soup, the borscht that she made was cold and had shrimp and let's see, cucumbers and some other things as a garnish on the top. And oh, it was so good. It's like the perfect Phoenix summer meal, it's just delicious. So I was telling the chef that I'm already dreaming of having that for my birthday, which is July. So, July in Arizona, not the best time for birthday, because, it's a bit crazy hot here. And so she said she would promise to have it on the menu for July. So I can go have that for my birthday. So that will be very nice, because that was really delicious. I really enjoyed that. I'm forever saying to my husband, I need to learn to make borscht, but truth be told, I am never going to make borscht as well as she did, or as well as the All Pierogi Kitchen does on a regular basis. So it just kind of seems pointless to to try. Let's see. I thought I had gotten this little piece out. Yep. It may just have to stay there. I think what I did was I got it out and it stayed on the back, and then when I flattened it out, it's really glued in there. Wow. Gosh. Oh. It's a tiny little fleck of the background coming through. Come on. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. I better stop that, or I will put a hole through that onto the other side. It's kind of like making pasta. There's a lady on PBS, Lydia Bastianich, that I've watched for years. And of course, she's made oodles and oodles of pasta in her life. So she makes it look so easy. I told my husband a number of years ago, if ever I say to you, oh, I think I can make pasta like Lydia does, you are absolutely positively not to allow me to do that, because it will just end up in heartbreak. I know it. So usually I just manage to talk myself out of it. So hopefully he won't be pressed into service to save me from myself. I used to be much more ambitious, I guess would be the word, with my cooking than I am anymore. I just don't like to cook. There's always too many other things I would rather do. Oh, that's good. That little piece came right out. That was nice and easy. Okay. All right, so let's So we also had some sake with the borscht and with the other dish that she made. And the first sake, which was cold, I liked quite a bit. I'm not usually much of a sake person, but it was light and slightly sweet, not terribly sweet, and had quite a floral note to it. I really like that. It kind of goes along with my favorite wine these days, which is a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand called Miha. Oh my goodness, that wine smells so good that I think I should dab it behind my ears and wear it as perfume. It's just wonderful. So, well, here we go. Let's see, is there anything else I want to do to this? I forgot to check to make sure that my iPad is still recording. Looks like it is. Oh, I've got purple, black on purple. That's okay. But that didn't turn out too badly. Oh yes, that's right. We're going to do some more on the inside here. What did I want to do in here? I don't seem to find any washi tape that I really like. What else could I do? I did also get some stamps from scrapbook.com. These are from All and Create. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. This one is also, apparently when I put it back in the package, I put it in backwards. I like this a lot. I think maybe let's try the numbers if I can find my stamp pad. Yes, I did a bit of a cleanup, and now I can't find it. Oh, sorry, I did a bit of a cleanup and can't find anything. So let's see. I stick this piece of glue paper in here. Okay, let's try that. Just add a little number, a few numbers, which is very random but fun nonetheless. Let's see if I can do this and stay on the foil and not on the, let's see, all of my little strips of paper have gone to try to entertain Debbie when she comes in. So let's see. Let's do the bottom first. just to kind of break up all that shininess. That's not too bad. Let's see. Stamp that off. And then let's try the top of the stamp. Let's do not bad. Not fabulous, but not bad. And it does do what I wanted it to do, which was knock back the big piece of orchid foil there. Okay, let's do. That's better. Okay. So I do recommend you go over and watch Vicky P. and see what she created. Of course, hers is much cooler than mine. She had different die cuts and papers and stuff that she was using than what I wanted to use. So hers had a bit more of a photographic negative feel to them, which is very cool. You know how I love photography. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Of course, I don't know how long it's going to take that to dry. It is archival ink, but on that foily surface, I don't know how quickly it will dry. Yeah, that's a little better. I think I'll come back after I'm sure it's dry, and I will sand the edges of that too. So let's see. Let me grab a piece of Kleenex and put in here. Kind of do like a modern day blotting paper. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, that side was more wet, but of course that side was also more recent. Yes, it's still not really dry. So fold this over again and put it in here. I kind of wish now I had thought about stamping on the butterfly before I put it on here. What do you think? What other stamps did I get? Something that has a little bit more fine. No. This one's numbers. So let's try this. Maybe if I stamp very gently, it will just kind of lightly. Oh, pardon my reach. Grab my stamp pad again. Just kind of lightly ink it. Let's see. I'm going to do this part first. little bit. Actually, probably just enough. It's very, very faint, though. I doubt you can see it, but I can see it, and I kind of like it. Just gives a little more interest to the butterfly. Not that it isn't beautiful, because it is absolutely beautiful, of course, but, you know, a little bit layer of interest. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's do that wing first. And then do this wing next. Oh, wow. I like it. I do. Let's see, can I get a little bit on the frame? Is there enough left? I just want a little tiny bit of something on the frame. Yes. Well, that's interesting. And on the tab, maybe. Don't imagine there's much ink left on this now. Nope. Nothing left for that one. So let's do just a little bit more ink. Oh yeah, boy. Nope. Yeah, I think that's all that's going to go on that tab. It does not want to. It does not want to stick. Well, I like that. It's kind of weird, but I like it. Let's see. Get this dry now so I can. Yes. Let's do this way too. Lots of little bits left from sanding it off. Let's lay it down flat and ink this up. You know, some days you just feel like having a play. And this definitely was me today. Ooh, that's much darker than on the front. Interesting. I put more ink, I think. More ink. Let's do this. Well, okay. I've got inky fingers now, and now I've played with some of my new stuff. I have all kinds of new ideas now for using these die cuts. Yes. Put a bit more on there. Just a bit more on the butterfly body. Cool. Well, I'm liking this. So we'll see. I think next step in this project might be that I'm going to make some butterfly things to put inside. I've just been in a very butterfly mood lately, so. Oh, that's good. The ink doesn't really show up on the black cardstock, which is kind of amazing. It was there for a second and then it was gone. Oh, Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You know, little channel is still growing, but slowly but surely, I'd like it to continue to grow. And please leave me a comment. What do you think about this idea? What do you think about the stamping over the foil? Let's see. Okay. Well, you know, I'm going to continue playing. So thanks for joining me today. I'll say bye-bye for now.